Hello, welcome everybody to another Modern stream. We continue exploring the deck list that top-aided GP Las Vegas, and today is going to be a wild day because we're going to be playing. The ones that I'm very surprised that managed to to sneak into the top 8. We're going to be starting off with Bug Infect. And we're playing effectively mono green with 4 copies of Blighted Agent and 4 copies of Phyrexian Crusader. And I think that this is the missing piece. This is the reason why this deck list managed to sneak into the top 8. Phyrexian Crusader is basically unkillable. So it's a 3-mana unkillable first strike. And it has Infect, of course. So we can pump it and do all that good stuff. But Crusader cannot be solituded, it cannot be Prismatic Ending, it cannot be bolted or anything like that. And Fatal Push is basically the less played that it's been since its printing, I would say. So it's very good. Protection from red and protection from white are like the colors that you want to be having protection from. So a deck like that in the past has struggled against decks with Lightning Bolt and things like that. So now we're completely ignoring those bolts and stuff. The only thing that is interesting to me is how do you break through, though, right? Like, because if your opponent starts putting like random chump blockers in front of your Crusader, turn in and turn out, then you can't really break through because none of your spells actually grant you evasion. In the past, we saw the +1/+0 and unblockable spell that has him play in Infect, and there's also a brand new spell printed in the new Aesthetic Crimson Bow, which I'm blanking on the name, but it gives +2/+2 and trample for a single green mana. So I'm surprised to not see anything like that can enable the Crusader to break through. Though I imagine that when the Crusader is good, like the protection is just going to basically be unblockable, sorry. So it's possible that it just doesn't matter. But yeah, somehow Infect, a deck that we haven't seen in probably years at this point, managed to make it all the way into the top 8. I think it lost in the top 4. So 4 Blighted Agents, 4 Phyrexian Crusaders as the big stompers. We also have the classic Glistener Elf that allows you to have those early kills on turn 2 or 3. And 4 copies of Ignoble Hierarch, 4 copies of Noble Hierarch. So we're really doing the ramping and exalted thingy. And the rest of the deck is just pump spells. 4 Might of Old Krosa, 4 Scale Up, 4 Vines of Vastwood, and 4 Mutagenic Growth. Those are the big ones, the classic ones. And then 2 copies of Blossoming Defense to help protect our dudes, and 2 copies of Becoming Men's, because, redundant copies of Becoming Men's are not particularly great. In the land base, we also cannot forget about Inkmoth Nexus as our 16th Infect threat. So that's just a classic. Inkmoth Nexus really fills a role that's extremely important in a deck like this. And then the mana base is just a bunch of fetch lands, 1 Brooding Pool to cast your Blighted Agents, 2 Overgrown Tombs to cast your Crusaders, Urborg, Pendelhaven, the classic, and Yavimaya also finds its way into the deck list. The sideboard includes 4 copies, 4 of Endurance. Love to see it. Fantastic card. Love the card. 1 copy of Nissa, Voice of Zendikar. I remember back in the day when Infect was one of the best decks in Modern, and Tom Ross really dug into this Nissa, Voice of Zendikar sideboard plan in order to kind of grind out the, just the grindy decks. So we'll see how it goes. Ashiok Dream Render against the Amulet Titans, because, you're playing Infect, so you definitely need help against Amulet. You don't. But sure, we have Ashiok for whatever reason. A couple of copies of Surgical Extraction. Free interaction is good, so we have 2 copies of it. 4 copies of Force of Vigor. Really making a statement here, as in, I don't want to lose to Hammer. Please, I don't want to lose to Hammer. And Gem Razor is a very interesting one. This, I guess, is a way to actually grant trample to the Phyrexian Crusader. you just mutate onto your Crusader. Now your Crusader is a 4/4 first strike, pro red and white, and trample, and it destroys an artifact or enchantment when it enters the battlefield. Woof! Too much. I'm actually kind of looking forward to slamming some Gem Racers. This card was not so in limited. But yeah, this is the deck list that we're going to be playing through a league right now. Hopefully you enjoy it. If you do, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you for round number 1. Okay, first hand that we see, and we have an ignoble hierarch that can swing for 11 on turn 2. There's no way I keep this, right? 6 plus 4 is 10 plus 1, 11. Next turn, we plus 4, we swing for lethal. I mean, this is technically a turn 3 kill. Am I supposed to just keep this? Alright, let's just try it. I'm feeling adventurous. I am feeling adventurous. My opponent's playing a Yorion deck though, so I'll probably get solituded out of my mind, but we'll see how it goes. This is for science. How much do you run a Belcher League once you're done with your GP top 8s? Here are the instructions. Humble Greek. Steam vents? Damn it. Well. Infect creature. Infect creature. Right here. Almost. Almost an infect creature. Was mostly just wonder if you consider Belcher meme deck. No, I think Belcher is a real deck. Should we just concede here? Concede to hide info? I mean, I can't just play the Hierarch into the Renin 6, right? I'm just gonna wait until I find a Crusader, I think. I think that is the only way that I can win this game, which I don't think I can win. But if I were to win this game... sure. If I were to win this game, it would require me to have a Fire Action, to draw and play a Fire Action Crusader. Spreading Seas. Funnily enough, that doesn't disrupt my mana. Crusader. Oh, man. Damn it. I mean, Crusader is still a big game. Crusader is still big game. So they're just playing Money Pile. Yeah, just playing Money Pile. Probably dead here. I'm just playing this out so my opponent can't keep uptaking the Ren. But yeah, obviously I can't protect it or do anything about it. So again, like the only card that matters here is Crusader. Nothing else does anything at all. If you just keep uptaking that Teferi, I wonder why. Omnath, sure. Okay. Alright, so playing against Money Pile. How the hell do we sideboard here? How on earth are we supposed to sideboard? We probably won the Nissa. Even though my opponent can simply just go ahead and just prismatic ending this. Or unholy hit this. How do you feel about Ashiok? How do you feel about Gem Racer? Actually, Gem Racer could be kind of legit. Now we're on the play. I think we want to try to be as proactive as possible while on the play. On the draw, when my opponent's going to be able to play Ren, then we can cut some copies of these, you know, silly dudes and stuff. But if we are on the play, I think that we probably want to try to do the thing as quickly as possible. So I'm just going to submit the same. Keep. Play this, play Hierarch, say go. I'm gonna kill this bad boy. Prismatic ending. I'm gonna wait one more turn so that I can play Agent, that I can protect it with Vines. Dude, like turn to Rain every time. Never not playing Rain on turn 2. Is this good enough? Please be good enough. It's not good enough. Okay, Phyrexian Crusader. Phyrexian Crusader. Crusader one time. This match is just not winnable, right? So I'm assuming that I think it was Jeff that was playing this. I'm assuming Jeff just dodged this matchup because like this is just not winnable, right? I'm gonna go face. Solitude. Okay. Off it. Next match. Hopefully we do better next match. Okay. Do we believe that my opponent is an Amulet? Oh, and now you show up? Perfect timing, asshole. Yeah, I think I'm keeping this hand though anyway. So I think I'm gonna go turn 1 Overgrown Tomb. Because if I find another fetch land, it allows me to Crusader on 3. So Overgrown Tomb, yes. Glistener Elf, go. Opponent says dang. Okay. Kahalni Garden. No, I still think we played Blighted Agent here. My opponent is asking no thy enemy day. So I guess they're familiar with the stream. Sweet. Maybe they are indeed playing Amulet. Just Colony Garden though? Colony Garden in 2021? Oh shit, it is Amulet. Okay. Okay. Well, we're obviously just gonna go Hierarch, Pendelhaven. So Hierarch, whoops. Hierarch, Haven, and we kill them next turn. Opponent's dead next turn. What's up, Lex? How you doing? Ooh, Humble Greek with the dono. Time to keep some Zero Landers. What do you got for me? Belcher. Wow. This is like the anti-Fran deck. The ultimate anti-Fran deck. How has Black Infect been? So far we played exactly one match and it felt unwinnable. We played against the 4-color Yorion nonsense deck. And I didn't feel like I had a shot for a second. Okay, so starting off here. Playing this with Kicker. And this looks lethal to me. Boop. Okay, so playing against Amulet. Maybe one these. To be honest, the Crusaders don't look good at all against Amulet. I think I'd just rather have Gem Racers than Phyrexian Crusaders. I could bring in Asher, but then I would just pull in one of my own. I mean, I'm gonna bring it in, but the problem is I have too many good cards, right? Like Force of Vigor is fantastic. Gem Racer seems pretty solid. I have too many good cards, and this is too good of a matchup, so I don't really want to dilute my game plan so much. Ashiok is just way too good not to bring in, though. So I'm going to bring in the Ashiok. And I guess I'm going to make this split, but like I honestly have no idea. Like my game plan is just so good against Amulet, though, that we probably just keep this. I guess. I'm sorry, opponents. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, opponents. And we draw the Hierarch! And we drew the Hierarch, dude! Oh, I just feel awful now. Ugh, that's brutal. I'm so sorry, OP. Do I play this? Or do I protect this? I mean, we have Infect, we have Inkmoth too, so like if my opponent has Dismember for the agent, it's kind of whatever. Ghost Squatter. How does it feel? Disturbing. Just feels disturbing. Well, here's 2 Infect, I guess. It's not lethal, so not really a good reason to try to go for something here. So we're gonna get Titan next turn. Also, we are pretty far away from casting the vast majority of the cards in our deck. Never mind, mana fixed. So this is 2. And if they tap out for a Titan, then I just kill them next turn. Are you gonna do it, OP? Are you gonna do it? I mean, they have to, right? What are they supposed to do? It's just Blighted Agent is it's unbeatable. Some things never change, and Blighted Agent is unbeatable for the card Primeval Titan. It just is. Is there anything that they can fetch here? Vestige into Dismember to slow me down. Okay, there's the Vestige. So I'm assuming that there's something coming up. It's been a very Thanos stream. Everything is balanced. First match unwinnable. Second can't lose. Yep. Just no middle ground. Just no middle ground here. Top 10 anime betrayals, right? Top 10 anime betrayals. This is worth a little screenshot action here. And the fact that my opponent's name is Amulet Go just makes this even worse. I just feel so bad. My opponent's super committed, you know? Anyway, whoops, see you next round. Okay, so we have Double Crusader. We have a Hierarch. We are on the play. All of those are very good things for me. I think I'm keeping this. But I think I'm going turn 1 Noble Hierarch instead of Listener Elf. Because I'm gonna need the mana. Yeah, GG, Sadrian. Really sad that, like, you know, we get paired at the time where I'm playing Infect. The one time in my life where I'm actually playing Infect and... Did I go to Vegas, you mean? I did not go to Vegas. Oh, wow, again? I mean, we win with any pump spell. I did not go to Vegas, no. Okay, like this Gracer might actually kill me. This Gracer might actually kill me. MTG wants to show all the Amulet players what a betrayer I am, I guess. Oh no, I misclicked. Ugh. Damn it. That's pretty devastating, actually. That is a devastating misclick, because I was gonna scale up both of these, so one of them has to get through. And now, like, this is effectively a time walk. Like, I basically just time walked myself. That sucks. Because now the Gracer is going to survive. Okay, so we're probably going to win this game, I guess. I guess we are going to lose this game. It's a -2/1. It's pretty funny. Lead the Stampede with the Prime sub. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold, Lead the Stampede. Thanks for hanging out here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting the stream. Colossus. Alrighty. That happens. It's a lot of triggers. That's a heck of a lot of triggers. But if there's no Titan, we can still win. Hullbreaker is so dumb in draft. Yeah, I lost to it yesterday. It was not close. It was not close. So now what? Am I dead? Instead of are we there yet, we probably have to ask, are we dead yet? Are we dead yet? Am I getting slow rolled here? Yes, I was. Oh, I guess that we knew about that, right? Wait. Did they fuck it up? Like, they had to replay the Celestian Sanctuary. Wow, they fucked it up. And I'm gonna lose this game because I didn't kill this motherfucker last turn? Ugh. That's truly brutal, man. That is truly, truly brutal. Because they would have taken 6 Infect last turn, and then this turn I activate Inkmoth. Like, this would have been dead because of the, you know, it would have needed to chump one of these. And then I would swing for lethal here. Still not dead. Actually, I am sort of dead, but they might fuck it up. So they have to go for multiple Titans, because we can use Vines of Vastwood to prevent the haste from targeting the Primeval Titan. Oh, but I guess they're just gonna valakut my board. No, but that's fine. We win in the air. No, because they can valakut my Noble Hierarch. So, and we're out of green mana. So far, mana has been sketchy. Yeah, this was a very, very common play back in the day when Infect was a deck. This, I mean, one of the many reasons, one of the very many reasons why this matchup is just so bad for Amulet. So we have to, I guess I'm going to allow them to untap here. And in response to this trigger, we're going to Vines the Primetime. So now that fizzles, they can't haste this. And if they don't have a bounce land in hand, we may be able to get them. They also stacked their triggers wrong. They wasted a Stronghold activation, which is effectively 2 mana. So we still lose to any land, because that is 10 points of damage, which is a lot. So we still lose to any land, but if they don't have any land, any pump spell, I guess I should have been more specific, right? Okay, so we would have super won this game, if I had an F6 that turn. We would have super won this game if I had an F6 that turn. Also, the Crusaders have looked pretty bad so far. Mostly because they are sort of uncastable. I've seen him play with that card so much in casual games with Trends, and not once has that come up. I've played a lot of Amulet, Torbjorn. I've played a lot of Amulet in my life. Hanging with MRC, thank you for the follow. This feels very surprising, the Crusader is bad. Well, I got paired against Amulet twice, right? So I got paired against the deck where this card is bad. The only deck in the format. When we played against the 4-color Yorion deck, like our only shot at winning would have been to draw the Crusader. So I don't think the Crusader is bad. I think Crusader is like the reason why the deck is even remotely close to playable. If this card didn't exist, the deck would be 100% unplayable. So I think this card is very good. It's just a matter of, you know. Well, we have Blighted Agent this time, so it should be a bit easier. Been drawing too many Inkmoth Nexus and not enough colored sources. That is an Amulet. And really struggling for those colored sources. Should I have attacked just with the elf there? No, I shouldn't have because of that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I think that's lethal. I think that is lethal. Looks pretty lethal to me. Boom. You see, this card is good against Amulet. Now we're on the draw, so I think that I'm going to cut the Ashio for another force. And submit. Okay. Let's do this. Padre Eterno, thank you for the follow. Force is very nice. We also have access to Inkmoth. Keeping this. Opponent moves to 5. Blighted Agent, probably your best draw. Noble Heart would be fantastic as well. Noble Heart would be fantastic. Not bad, not bad. There's no black cards in my deck, so there's literally no reason to get Overgrown Tomb. And I don't want to get the blue source just yet, because I don't need it. I don't want it. I just need it. Try it. Ha! Yep, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Good timing, by the way. If I had untapped, then I would have been able to get what's his name, and that would have been bad for my opponent. So I'm gonna upkeep just to kill this. And that's only because my opponent mulled to 5, and I know they have a T-West in hand, and they're super far away from transmuting, but if I kill the Dryad, they actually don't have the mana. Okay, so the last card in hand is a T-West, which they cannot transmute. We really want to see a Blighted Agent. I guess any Infect threat would be progress, but them having the naturally drawing the 1 of GQ is kind of a big deal there. That's a Saga. Okay. I think I just let my opponent tap here, because if they draw a Dryad, then I may be able to kill it. So their hand is T-West plus what? Do we know the last card? I don't think we do. Hey, that's a Glistener Elf. Oh, Cavern. You're right. They get a 1/1, but that's fine. It uses their mana for the turn. That's mildly inconvenient. All right. Am I dead next turn? I guess they're technically 1 mana off. Well, they can transmute for Valakut, I guess. They found prime time. They're just transmuting, okay. So if, oh, they go for Valakut. Okay, yeah, that's very smart, actually. That's very smart. I have to save this, right? So scale up, cast here. Serve. And they have to block with both. But they probably can't win if they block with Dryad. I think my opponent is just trying to figure out, can I win if this happens? All right, got there. Sweet. Yeah. Matchup's good, in case you were wondering. Matchup, still good. All right, here we go. Round number 4. Yeah, this hand's pretty good. I would dare to say that this hand is pretty good. Let's see what we're up against. Am I not kill the kids in the academy? No. No. I'm good. I honestly had totally forgotten about that scene. That's a powerful scene, you know? So we're gonna go 1, 2, Elf Hierarch. Another great matchup. I'm being spoiled right now. I am being so spoiled. I mean, they better have a 2-mana chump blocker, because they better have a 1-mana chump blocker, because 1 or 2-mana chump blocker, because oh, we're tapping out main phase. My opponent is just like off it. Kill me. I am off it. We're done here. Totally off it. Triggers. I also just realized that we're killing them with Xaxes. If they plan to just play 2 1-drops on turn 2, you lead with this enough. So no, because by doing this, I was able to protect the elf with Blossom in defense because I added 1 extra mana from the Hierarch. So no, it's definitely correct to go with turn 1 Hierarch and set up the turn 3 kill. Another matchup, like it feels like Crusader is terrible in all of your good matchups, and then I don't like Ashiok against Tron though. It feels like Crusader is just terrible in all of your good matchups, and it's there so you can win your unwinnable matchups. Which makes a lot of sense, honestly. Which does make a lot of sense, if I'm being honest. No Infect creature. We ship it. We do have an Infect creature. But it's the easiest one for them to interact with. Play Ink Moth. Turn 2, swing for 1. Turn 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can bring my opponent down to 1. Oh no, that's lethal. That's a turn 3 kill, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is a turn 3 kill. So I guess we keep. And we have to bottom the Urbor because we're gonna need the green source. So this is a turn 3 kill. That's good. That means no Nature's Claim. Which is one of the ways that my opponent can kill my Inky. Ursa's Power Plant. Such a weird art. I don't like these arts at all. They're super weird. It's pretty funny how even his Snare Bridge just doesn't do anything against us, really. Okay, so this is newly controlled. So this is the one that we're going to tap for mana. And we're going to get it there for 1. Pew! We're just thinking how much I love those hearts. I think they're super awkward. This doesn't even look like a power plant. And what is this? It does look like a tower. The only thing that I do like is how like the whole thing is one piece. I really like that part. But I don't like these arts. Also, they were rare in Double Masters, Ultimate Master, whatever that is. Is there any way to get access to Cyborg guys in Discord? There you go. Please play a Worm Coil. I mean, there are a couple of things that we would really struggle to beat here, right? Like Walking Ballista would be really hard to beat. That's the Great Creator. Okay. They have to get Ballista. Oh, Piting Needle. Piting Needle would do it. Is that including mobile glitch? Well, you're showing a subbed here, so I'm assuming that you subbed correctly. That's a problem. How do we win now? Force. Just gotta draw a force. We have only one Force of Vigor in the deck. Big yikes. Worm. That's big mistake. My opponent should have just minus for Ballista and just play like a huge Ballista. I can never beat a 5/5 Ballista. It's just not doable. So they should have just gone for that instead. When we hierarch beatdown? Probably not in the face of the worm, but so if I top deck exactly Blighted Agent, we may have a shot. But I have to top deck exactly Blighted Agent this turn, I think. Actually... Oh no, it's non-human! It's non-human, dude! Oh no! It's non-human. This... Actually... Oh, that's a zombie knight. But Noble Hierarch is a human, and Blighted Agent is also a human. So, like, this card is just awful. Like, it only works specifically with Phyrexian Crusader. That's 3 counters on the Ballista. Ugh. Brutal. Yes, I'll block your Ballista. I will not block that one, though. That one probably kills me. Wow, Gem Racer sucks. I mean, it's kind of okay, but like I'd much rather have forces, I think. No infect creature. Ship it. No lands. Damn it. Am I supposed to keep this? This is a turn 3 kill. If I find a land. But it needs to be a green source. And I have exactly 1 turn to draw it. Just multi 0 lander. Keep bottom. I think I'll bottom that. I'm going for it because if I draw another scale up, I can actually win next turn. So Might of All Cross on scale up, win. And what else? I don't think Emoth does too much. Hierarch, is it? It's 2 turns. Can't even cast a Blighted Agent. Yeah. Multi 4. Yeah, the mana base in this deck is not impressive. The mana base in this deck has not looked impressive. I have found myself multiple times with stranded cards in hand that I cannot cast. I found myself with Blighted Agent stranded. I found myself with Phyrexian Crusader stranded. It kind of feels like you have to get pretty lucky to have everything line up perfectly. Yep. Just a little bit too low. Okay, multi 4 didn't get there. See you next round. Okay, so again, we find ourselves in a situation where our mana is non-functional, but we have the potential of a turn 3 kill. So because of that, I think I have to keep, particularly because I'm on the play. We're playing against Jegantha, which is likely going to be Tron. And if we find I guess it's not, it can't be a turn 2, I think. You're calling Fiddlebender? I guess Spike has been playing that, so it could be. Two Amulet into 2 Tron would be hilarious. Yeah, I'm still only a 3-2, right? And my losses have been to my mana base. Except the first one. Like, the first loss was just kind of, unbeatable, but... But yeah, like, all the games that I've lost against my good matchups have been specifically because of my mana base. Or in the case of the Amulet game that I lost, I F6'd, right? It happens sometimes. Darksteel Citadel. Oh, Affinity! Oh. Sliwo Maxi, thank you for that subscription. Prime sub. Coming back for 5 months. Appreciate that. So, Might. And Favia. Is Magi actually better than just another fetch? Have we needed to turning moss into green sources to multispell? Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Blood Fountain's kind of funny out of Affinity. It doesn't seem particularly good. I mean, just Blood Fountain in back of Frogmite and an Ornithopter. I'm not too stoked about that, you know what I'm saying? So I think I'm doing that, actually, because it's the only Sorcerer Speed thing that I have. So it forces the Frogmite to chump. No, we played both of the Amulet deck lists yesterday, so today we're just going to be playing Infect and Scales. What's this? Oh. Just doing that. Because... just doing that. It's a saga. We gotta find a fetch land. We gotta find that fetch land. It's not quite it. Now the Saga token is gonna completely stall me. Can't get through it. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's gonna be a 7/7. Can't get through that thing. Weird that they play their land when they have a blood token in play. Wrong hierarch. Wrong hierarch. So there's going to be a 9/9 at the least. Infect versus Affinity, what year is it? For real, right? Gonna name Inkmoth Nexus, I assume? Yeah. Signal Pest. That really is brutal, man. Jeez. They're obviously gonna block with the elf. I just can't break through this thing. And they have 2 lethal attackers next turn. I'm just dead. Because I'm chomping this turn and then I'm chomping again the next turn. I could attack with Elf. I could attack with Elf. Growth. 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 Immense. That's so many resources. And then I don't have lethal on the crack back. I mean, it's the only way that I can win this game. So I have to attack. But it's going to chomp with the big guy. And then I'm going to have to chomp with the Ignoble Hierarch. I mean, I guess this doesn't even work, actually, because they have the Blood Fountain, they can get their 0 drops again. And then I can't get through. So even this doesn't work. I mean, I'm gonna go for it, because I have to, but... Like, this is obviously heinous. Again, once again, another game losing to our mana base. Another game lost to our mana base. And that's a chump blocker for the Glistener, so now we're dead. So we're bringing these in, cutting these. And... be cutting 1 of or 2 of those. I'm assuming that they're going to have more removal post board. Maybe a couple of mites. Kind of brutal, like just losing the game with 2 Blighted Agents in hand. 20 is pretty average for this style deck, yeah? Yeah, but so this deck has the problem that it has... Sure, you have 20 lands and you have 4 Ignoble Hierarchs and 4 Noble Hierarchs, but amongst those 20 lands, only 9 of those are blue sources. So you find yourself in situations where you... Like, I have found myself already in only 5 matches that I played, at least 2 or 3 times where I have found myself with Blighted Agents in hands that I can't cast, or Fire Action Crusaders in hand that I cannot cast. That's just... So... It's just not working out. It's just not working out in terms of... The color requirements are more steep than that you might think so at first, at first sight. All right, here we go. Yeah, this hand's a lot better than the one that we had before. Turn 1 Hierarch. Do some developing. We have no pump effects, but the force should buy us an interesting amount of time. We can also just hardcast the force. Why not just go black-green with the flyers? I don't know. It's not my deck list, so I can't help you. Interesting. Well, so that means I'm gonna pivot. And do I want to force both of these? I think I do, right? It denies my opponent 1 mana. Sure. What happens if I mutate onto the Inkmoth Nexus? Because I can do that right now. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, do I have a 4/4 or do I not have a 4/4? All right, science. Science time. I know something's gonna happen here, but... Wait, what? Is that how that works? I think I chose Inkmoth wanted to go bot. I don't remember what I chose. No, it doesn't lose the abilities before, but it's just like, it's a perma creature? It's a 4/4 Infect creature that it has the ability to gain flying. Okay, that's sick. That's actually sick. Yeah, it only gets Infect if I activate it, but it's like a 4/4 with trample that has the ability of turning into an Inkmoth if I want to, like if I pay 1. That's kind of sick. I still probably don't want the 3rd copy because it seems like a little bit too much, but... Yeah, so this is, again, this is a 16 land deck, technically speaking. I mean, I could keep this hand and hope to draw a land. We have Force as interaction. We have probably 1 or 2 turns. Let's keep it. It's definitely very much on the risky side. Like, I would not keep these on the play, but maybe on the draw I can keep this because of the strength of Force of Vigor. Green source, 1 time. Easy green source. I mean, I guess it's technically a green source. Well, I can't force those. That's a 1/1. That's a Shadow Spear. No Thoughtcast is a big deal, but I'm assuming that they have Rebuke. And we lose. Feel like you're used to more than half your deck being lands. I mean, maybe. Land? Let's see if they have the counter spell. They do, apparently. Yep, they do. They tapped out of the counter spell last turn for no reason then. Why would they do that? Just tapped out of it for no reason at all. Because they tapped this instead of tapping this. Just trying to debate me. Definitely going for Hierarch first, so I can play this Blighted Agent. And after I drop Blighted Agent, I guess next turn I can just go both. And 1, 2. Ugh. I think that's gonna be enough to kill me. I think that's actually going to be enough to kill me now. So I guess I have to draw Force. You're funny. You're funny, land. You're funny. Showing up right on time, are we? So maybe they don't have enough mana. So I'm going to bank on my opponent not having enough mana to move the Shadow Spear over to the Saga token. Because that is my out. That is the only possible way that I can win this game. If they are missing the 1 mana, so they can't move the Shadow Spear over, and they cannot present trampling lethal. So then I can just throw the Hierarch under the bus, and then kill them next turn with all Krosa plus Vines. So we're still not just dead here. They float mana instead of making a token. Biting Needle doesn't do anything. They have to kill the Blighted Agent. The only thing that matters is for them to answer the Blighted Agent. So they need a removal spell for Blighted Agent. Can they just suit up the construct here? 11, move over, 12. I thought they had enough, right? 1, 2. Should have taken the other one. Unless they have a removal spell. Okay, so they just have it then. Yeah, because now the Thought Monitor plus the Trampling Lifelinker. Yeah, we can't survive this turn. Okay, sweet. All right, 2 on 3. I think the mana base is really bad. Like, I think that the mana requirements for the deck are extremely steep. Extremely steep. And yes, I know that you have your Hierarchs and I know that you have your, that stuff, but you only have 15 sources to cast your Hierarchs on turn 1. So every single game that we lost, I feel like was due to a mana base issue. So I don't know if we should be mulliganing a lot harder than I was, which is possible. It's possible that I should be mulliganing harder than I was mulliganing. And there's also the possibility that you just cannot do everything. Or you just need to get luckier, right? Like it's also the possibility you just need to get luckier. But as is, this deck did not strike me as a functional deck in, for like a long period of time. Like, sure, you could, I am pretty sure that, the player Jeff had a really good day and, they drew very well whenever they needed to and stuff like that. But speaking in or trying to speak as objectively as possible, it just feels like what they're trying to do, which is smart, is just not functionally viable in a consistent sort of way, if that makes sense. What I'm trying to say is you cannot expect that you're going to have your mana base be good enough of the time to be happy about it, It takes a good day to not make mistakes and dodge the matchups you need to dodge. Yeah, no, but I lost to my deck more than I lost matchups, and that's the point that I'm trying to make. I lost to my deck not functioning much more than I lost matchups. Like both against Tron and against Affinity, both matches, I lost because my deck was just not functional. And that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe you just need to get lucky, or maybe you just need to change the way that the deck is constructed. Obviously, the player, they have a lot of experience with the deck. You don't just randomly top 8 if you know, 1400 people tournament. Like, obviously there was a lot of work put into this deck and everything, but my initial thoughts, which maybe, you know, if you play more with the deck, which I'm not going to, but if you play more with the deck, then things start to fall a little bit into place as you have more experience. But with what I have and with the matches that I played, it feels like this deck is just non-functional. But yeah, I could obviously be wrong, and I'm very likely wrong to one extent. But yes, it just feels like you cannot support this. I mean, not in a 20 land deck, right? Which I think this deck wants to be a 20 land deck for what's worth. I don't think that you want to be playing like 24 lands or anything in a deck like Infect. Like, I don't think that you can, realistically speaking. But I still think that, you know, colorless, like all of these green pips, right? Like all of these green pips, and one blue, and one black, and, you know, 4 ink moth nexus to tap for colorless is just a little bit too much for a 20 land mana base. And we felt the consequences of that in this very league. So yeah, I think that I'm pretty certain that this was just a flash in the pan. Like, I don't think that we're going to see Infect come back. I don't think that it can. But this was a very good take, and this was a very, very smart addition to the deck, I think, in order to fight the metagame. So I do think that if you are playing Infect, you probably want to be doing something like this, and probably more realistically, you want to just like not play Blighted Agents in your deck and just play the other one, the one in the black dude, or something like that. I don't know. Again, I'm not going to, you know, start testing Infect or anything like that. But I don't think that we're gonna see the return of Infect. I think it was just a flash in the pan. But I think that it just proves that if you want to play Infect, you can. I think that it is still going to be a tier 3 deck or something like that. But you can, you know, take an event by storm and do very well within it, which is very cool. And that's one of the beauties, probably the main beauty about Modern, right? Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I have something that went into my throat right now. But don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.